Peace, light, and love. Hope all is doing well. It's your girl, Conscious Queen, and I'm checking in with you on this full moon lunar eclipse. All right. So, Saggies, this Pluto is in your third house. Yeah. I didn't even write that down. So you have Pluto in your third house. And this Pluto in your third house is in the trine to the full moon in your 11th house. So, the third house is your neighbors, your community, your siblings. It's communication and social media. It's travel, local travel, things like that. So Pluto, first of all, one thing that I'm already starting to notice about Pluto in Aquarius is it's an energy of like people that have mental issues. You know, it's something mental, you know. Now with Pluto in the third house, you know, Pluto, you know, it's associated with the 8th house. So, you know, it comes with secrets. It comes with, I mean, you could have news of death in your community. With Aquarius being connected to like organizations and certain groups and affiliations, having that Pluto in the third house, you could be like networking with certain groups or organizations. The third house is also the house of small business, because it's, you know, it's marketing and travel and communication. So the third house is also the house of small business. Now with Pluto here, you know, Pluto can come with crisis, trauma. So there could be some crises that's going on in your community, in your neighborhood. Your siblings could be going through a crisis or a transformation within their community and their neighborhood as well. Or it could be like your siblings in your community and your neighborhood. But there's some things going on with your siblings. And Pluto comes with scandals. It also comes with jealousy. So, you know, there could be some things going on with siblings. There could even be death of a sibling or something like that. But, you know, there could also be some secrets, some very dark secrets. So, that's the kind of energy that I get with this Pluto in the third house. So, you have the sun in your 5th house. And the sun is traveling behind Mercury, which is behind the true node, and Chiron and Aries in your 5th house. So this is the house of your children. It's a house of sports. So, you know, when you're gaming someone, because it's a house of games. It's a house of entertainment and fun and play. It's a real childlike energy, you know. So there could be a lot of, this is also a house of gambling as well. But there could be a focus on kids. Something may come to light about your children with the sun in the fifth house, or with the sun in the fifth house, something that could come to light about a child, you know, or something about your children. You know, I noticed that, you know, my children express something to me. I thought just make sure they want my baby, but my children highlighted something to me that I never really paid attention to, and you know, I was never considerate of. And when they brought it to my attention, I just felt so bad and awful. But you know, you know, I told my children, said, well, you know, I'm really proud of you. You know, keep up the good work, stay positive, you know, in spite of, you know what I mean? So something could come to light or be highlighted when it comes down to your children. Your children could be expressing something to you. That your children could be going through a milestone at this time, or some very important milestones. I just got that download. I don't know why. But your children could be announcing a pregnancy. You could be spending time with grandchildren. There's also, I mean, this is a house of six, and you know, it's really pregnancy, but you know, and some could even be trying to get pregnant at this time with all of this fifth house energy. Oh my God. I mean, you got the sun there, Mercury, you know, the North Node, and Chiron. So there could also be something about your health in connection to pregnancy with Chiron there. But, yeah, like this is definitely a fertile time if you're like trying to get pregnant. There could be something announced about a father of a child, or there could be a birth being announced as well. But a lot of babies are being born right now, and you know, babies are going to be going through really important milestones as well. I know my baby, he's starting to crawl. He's teething. He got teeth coming in, so he's going through a milestone. He's very strong too, like. But anyway, so yeah, really a highlight on children and babies at this time. I know it's like, yeah, it's all about the kids, basically. And usually when I'm like in the aspects of fifth house energy, I feel a lot of energy is like children, play, and pregnancy. The fifth house is also the house of entertainers. It's the house of dance. So like if you want to be a dancer, or if you're an entertainer of some sort, this is definitely a highlighted, I don't want to say like a fertile time, but it's definitely the time for their energy. So yeah, definitely have fun. Oh, sorry, my back's itching. I mean, with all this fifth house energy, shoot, I might need to scratch off a lottery ticket or something, because I've been hearing of people winning the lottery lately, and I'm like, when this Jupiter goes into Gemini, for me, it's going to be my second house, so I'm like, that might be my time where I need to be trying to do some lottery stuff, okay? Some quick picks or something, you know? But, with all this fifth house energy, I mean, luck is possible when it comes down to gambling and things like that. But a lot of games, you know, I know, I was telling my mom I just downloaded this game, but I only downloaded it because it's in connection to like a, like pay. So it's like they pay you to play games. So, maybe that's why all this fifth house energy, you know, well, maybe that's in connection to all this fifth house energy, like, you know, just playing a lot of games. Your children could also be really playful at this time. This is a lot of Aries energy, so be mindful of your children fighting and stuff like that. I know my girls really, they was really on one yesterday, like just fighting like crazy. So, um, with this Aries energy, your children could be fighting and stuff too. Um, so you have Venus conjunct Saturn in your fourth house, and Venus conjunct Saturn and Pisces in the fourth house. This is a feminine energy. Now this fourth house is in a trine to your 12th house and your 8th house. So definitely some secrets. This is an energy and connection to, privacy, the home. So basically privacy in your relationships and your marriage, because the 8th house is in connection to your spouse and your spouse's secrets. It's, because it's an entangled house, it's a third party type of house. So, there's a possibility. I mean, it's like I say, it's a house of privacy. It's also a house of secrets. It's a house of rest. So with Venus conjunct Saturn and Pisces in the fourth house, you could be getting a lot of sleep at this time and catching up on rest. You could also be redecorating or buying some new things for the home. You could also be like getting new lingerie, underwear, sheets, stuff like that, new beds, things connected to the bedroom. Venus conjunct Saturn and Pisces in the fourth house. You can also have like a girls' night. Y'all have some drinks, some tequila shots or whatever, and have a good time. Have a nice taco night or a nice fish dinner with this Venus conjunct Saturn in the fourth house. Like some salmon, some salad or something. Something classy, because Pisces is the fish. It's connected to seafood because the fish is in the sea. So, you could have a nice, like, seafood dinner over or whatever, Venus conjunct Saturn and Pisces in the fourth house is connected to shoes. Also music. So you all could be, like, have a certain area in the home where you make music, and stuff like that. Or, you could have, like, a makeup studio, or because Pisces 6th house is Leo, so like you could have like a makeup studio or a hair studio or something like that, something that's pertaining to beauty as well. Venus conjunct Saturn and Pisces in the fourth house is also connected to pedicures. I have a lot of Sagittarian energy. My Mars is in Sag, my Saturn is in Sag, and my Uranus is in Sag. So, and it's crazy because my Mars is conjunct Uranus in Sag in the 8th house. So, one thing I learned about that, which I've been, because I always like to keep a check on my Mars. And, Mars is a mutable energy. Well, Mars in Sag is mutable. So, mutable is usually not one to, start stuff. It's very internal. It's kind of an energy that thinks things through, where you kind of keep some of your thoughts to yourself. It's like, well, I could say that, I was gonna say that, but now I ain't gonna say it. So it's a premeditated type of energy as well. It is an energy connected to fire. I have been in a situation where, I was burned by fire. I actually used to play with fire when I was a kid. They used to do the alcohol. You pour the alcohol in your hand and then you light it. It dries up really fast, but the fire used to burn out really fast. But yeah, I used to play with fire when I was a kid, so it's weird. So I noticed that Sag energy is connected to fire, and we had a sun in Aries, so a lot of fire energy. And another thing I learned about all this fire energy is inflammation. Okay, so if it's like if you connect to another fire sign, I mean, that is grounds for inflammation, okay? So that's just something to be mindful of, you know. But Venus conjunct Saturn in the 4th house. But yeah, you had a lot of 5th house energy, honey. So this full moon is going to be in your 11th house. So you could have been just partying with friends, connecting with friends, or basically just a lot could be coming to light about a friend. Some kind of secret connected to your friends could come to light, or your social network, something hidden, you know. There could be something hidden, you know, that's illuminated at the time of this full moon when it comes down to your friends. Okay, and I did say this full moon is in the trine to your 3rd house and your 7th house. So, you know, something connected to your relationships and your neighborhood or your siblings or something like that, you know. But this full moon lunar eclipse is 4 hours and 39 minutes. So with this full moon being in your 11th house, you know, there's going to be a lot of things coming to light when it comes down to your friends, okay? And mind you that Libra is the energy of your friends' relationships and yeah, your friends' relationships, you know. So there could be something, you know, connected to that with your 11th house. So this is what I have for you, Saggy. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in the next one.